And welcome to the SmackDown Preview. I'm Adam Wilbourn from What Culture, joined by another one, Wilbourn Hamflett from What Culture, to look ahead to tonight's episode of Friday Night SmackDown. But before we get into it, if you're a fan of this sort of thing, make sure you subscribe to What Culture Wrestling on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Amazon Music, and YouTube, where we do daily wrestling podcasts where we not only review Friday Night SmackDown, but also the show formerly known as NXT 2.0. AEW Dynamite, AEW Collision, pay-per-views, premium live events. We have interviews, roundtable discussions, and a round of the week complete. The quiz, of course, on Wrestle Culture. As I said, though, joined by Michael Hamflett to look ahead to SmackDown tonight and all the fallouts after Backlash and the Cine. Gosh, that one hurt today.
Yeah.
We should probably update people on the fact that this podcast almost didn't happen.
Very nearly didn't, yeah.
Oh.
We went out to get our good brews this morning.
Thanks to the guys at Good Brews as always.
And, luckily we avoided it on the way there, right?
Woo!
But there was a banana skin there on the floor. Somebody really should have picked that up, especially the second time when we came back to the office and Muggins here.
Ugh. What are the chances?
Only went and slipped on it.
But despite that, bananas still the goated fruit, in my opinion.
I thought you were going to say they're still in pajamas. They're still coming down them stairs.
We've done that on the podcast previously, haven't we? Bananas in pajamas. B1 and B2. Who we just discovered, though, is voiced in the latter stages of the run.
Yeah.
Was voiced by Dick and Dom off of In Da Bungalow.
In Da Bungalow. Like
the greatest children's TV show ever, in my opinion.
This says a lot about, us, but especially you. I was sort of too old for Dick and Dom and Da Bungalow as kids entertainers. Although me and my mates were aware of them and it was like something pretty rude and vulgar happening on TV. So for you were earnestly engaging with this content as somebody the right age for it.
Yeah, and just watching it back when we were at uni as well. So right. It was class.
Like post-pub stuff.
Yeah,
like,
brilliant.
Yeah. Just, you get like funnier the drunker you get. I would imagine it's built more for those nights than those mornings.
Yeah. Not with a bowl of cereal so much.
Brian, I dread to think poor Brian's Google search this
Have you seen he's been teasing something, Brian Vedig?
Yeah.
There's a code, you got to crack the code.
Well, it's to do with wildly successful viral marketing campaign we've undertaken this week, isn't it?
Remember,
the 10th of May. Why should they do that, Wilbourn?
Well, because 3 p.m. today on the What Culture Wrestling YouTube channel, the It's Always Sunny at What Culture full live show is going to be going out. We're going to be in the chat for it as well, so do join us for that one. Or catch up whenever you want. We're not going to be in the chat at that point, but still good.
It could be live right now as you're watching this.
Yeah.
If you're watching this after 3 p.m. on the 10th of May, it'll be there for you.
Exactly.
Excited for them. And our podcast version went up on YouTube yesterday.
Yeah.
I could isolate, finally, to try and impress my children, me saying yeet and getting a response back. They did not care. They did not care.
Anyway, let's talk about SmackDown.
Yeah, please.
All the fallout from Backlash.
What is fallout in French?
English to French.
And moreover, is the game and the film, or the TV show, whatever it is, called something different for
Backlash tombe. Tombe, not timbre.
Timbre is something to do with voice or music, isn't it?
Yeah, hang on. Tombe.
Backlash tombe.
Tombe.
We're not in France though, so why are we doing that? Like, where are they tonight? It's great video, guys.
Let's find out where they are. Where are they tonight?
Ideally, we need a town, a city, estate, and a venue title because it gives us more to work with to make it rude.
Oh no, that's. I never got to know where that happens. Clash of the Castle, no. I'm trying to find. Aha!
Okay.
Wilkes-Barre, PA.
All right.
Mohegan Sun Arena. More like Mohegan Bum Arena.
Right, brilliant. We can take that one off. That's first bullet point in the list.
Yeah, that's where they offer in Casey Place, Wilkes-Barre, PA.
Wilkes-Barre, Pennsylvania, I only know from hearing it named in episodes of The Office. Because the greater Pennsylvania area is covered by the Scranton branch, one of the only successful branches of Dunder Mifflin. I think I might have been through Wilkes-Barre, Pennsylvania. I've never been at the Mohican Sun. I've heard that, like,
Yes, yeah.
It's yet another place that just sounds more glamorous than, like, you know, the Telly West Arena, or the various, like, the Manchester Evening News Arena. It's not as good as the Mohican Sun.
Yeah.
God, I wish I was in America.
You'll be back eventually.
I know, it's never soon enough, though.
Yeah.
It's always just like, I mean, we've got Vegas to look forward to, obviously.
Obviously.
I'm not talking about WrestleMania, of course. I'm talking about, what am I talking about, actually, Wilbourn? Taking place at the UFC.
Son of a bitch.
Apex.
I don't have my dog tags.
It won't work then. It won't make sense.
So you're talking, of course, of the next PLE for NXT.
That's right, I'm here.
Which is, of course, NXT Battleground. You're grounded. Battlegrounded. But Mom.
The kid was looking a bit of a cool customer in his shirt.
Hey, he's been taking tips off microphone.
Microphone's been looking made in the shade all week.
Yeah. Why do we never put sunglasses on it? Don't fall over, Mike.
I think he's still recovering. You know, you had your fall from the banana skin.
Yeah.
Stacks chinned him.
What?
The NXT. Yeah, oh gosh, you missed it. Yeah, Stacks knocked him out by accident on the NXT review, so he might still be recovering from that.
What's your favourite fruit?
Oh, right.
Because someone told me that Stacks was talking about coconuts.
He was. I'm not a massive coconut guy, especially not in chocolates. I don't. It's awkward between us. I had a chat with Stacks, but I'll save that for me and him. I
got you in trouble at home as well, to be honest.
Yeah. Kind of forgot that, like, you and my wife share the same favourite celebration. And when we sat down to watch Stacks together, I could feel the eyes burning a hole through me as I basically called people freaks and losers that enjoyed them. Her loss, I always get the Maltesers. Anyway, grapes are good.
Red or green, you going first?
I like the mixed box.
Ooh, fancy Dan.
I'll take both wines.
Someone's doing well.
Granny Smith's in the apple. I'm not a big fan of
Golden Delicious.
Golden Delicious, or what are those apples called that, like, became a bit like hipstery? Like, it's the sort of, like, ones that, like, Sid would probably cook with. Like, they were for a bit. They've got, like, a brand on them. Nicholas, you know what I'm talking about? Pink Lady.
Oh, yeah.
Lady. I'm not really into them. I don't think there's much flavour to it. Jazz apples, like that sort of thing. But no, Granny Smith. And I've told you this story before, but I like kiwi fruit. Yeah. You don't?
I'm violently allergic to kiwi fruit. So
I didn't know that. Right. Well, I'll never eat one with you then.
No, thank you.
But I didn't know until I was 19 that
Paul Hardcastle.
No, 19. Well, my housemate at the time was going, no, don't do that, as I prepared to bite into it like an apple. Weird pubic skin included, because, like, that was how my dad ate them, and I just saw that and I was like, well, we're eating kiwi fruits, like that. And one of my housemates saw it, and she was
the same with bananas, or?
No, or oranges. But I just... But then even now, right, so she was like, no, you cut it in half, and get a little spoon, and you do it. It's like...
God, it's such a faff.
It is. It's a pain in the arse, right? So, like, and the skin has got, like, a sort of sour... Again, you can't get involved. But it's got this, like, really sort of sour, interesting texture to it. It doesn't taste bad. Like, I couldn't in good faith recommend eating a banana skin on, because it looks like it would be awful. Like... I mean, let's go. Should we go out at lunch and just pick it up and eat it?
I've had my fill of that banana today.
Or oranges. I imagine eating orange peel must be pretty...
I did that briefly, just to, like, impress people at school, if I remember rightly.
Here, lads, watch this.
I can eat it. I can eat the rind.
An orange or a satsuma? The rind, that's the word.
I think it was just a straight up shoot orange.
Can we do that on a podcast sometime?
I'll eat a full orange.
Rind included. What was it like?
It was bearable. It wasn't like, ugh.
Yeah.
Just like, well, this isn't what it's meant to taste like.
The texture's not right.
Yeah.
And it right as well, when you peel an orange, you're left with that orange smell in your hands all day, aren't you?
It's the best, isn't it? Love sniffing your hands.
How did you find out? Well, obviously, because you would have had an allergic reaction. When did you find out you were allergic to kiwi fruit?
A lot later than I probably should have. My parents used to make fruit salad. We did well. As an after dinner treat.
That is a family that does well.
Other people had Mars ice creams. I had a fruit salad. The threads of desserts.
I didn't know fruit salad was a thing until we had to make them in, like, cooking class in year 9 or something.
And I couldn't
put them together. Fruit. It was like a bad Peter Kay sketch. Fruit salad.
You're having fruit salads for afters. Great, I can't wait to take the wrappers off. No, not the awesome sweets. I'm talking about...
Oh, yeah. Oh, fruit salads and blackjacks.
Blackjacks.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Did you?
Oh my God.
But yeah, I used to really not like it, and I couldn't get my head around why. I'd always be like, I love fruit, but for some reason fruit's not, because they'd put kiwi fruit in it, and my throat had basically got to close.
And you just thought every time everybody ate one, it's this consequence, basically.
And then I got a bit older and realised, you're not meant to feel like that after eating food.
Did you have a starter, a main, and a pudding for your Christmas dinner when you were younger?
No.
Because when I think of a fruit salad, I think of the first time I was presented at my in-laws with a 3-course Christmas dinner, and this was insane to me. And I was just saying, oh yeah, people have different Christmases and different holidays. And I was just sort of, they were like, well, how's yours work? I was like, big roast.
Yeah.
How about like any kind of like pudding or dessert? Sit on the sofa and eat. There's so much strewn everywhere. It's like. Yeah, like a large tin of quality street. Yeah, but it's not like a piece of cake or something, is it? It's like, no, it's not. It's just endless chocolate, like those bars.
Yeah.
The ginormous Dairy Milk ones. Or like those ones where it's like...
snapping it off on your knee.
Like, a metre of Mars!
Yeah.
Because of the alliteration. It's just one long Mars bar or something like that. Dipped in the deep fat fryer. You know, like, that was pudding. But yeah,
trifle if you're feeling really...
Well, again, you were doing well. Like it's a fairly common practice, and I had no clue about like starters and that. Like, what are you doing? Putting like soup or prawn cocktail in the way of a massive roast dinner?
Exactly. That could be space that could be given to roasties in your tum tum.
I'm glad.
Shout out to Simon Miller. What was I saying? Oh yeah, what's your least favourite fruit?
Don't like grapefruit that much, but I like grapefruit juice. But eating the fruit feels pointless.
Yeah.
Where's this going? Where are you?
No, I'm just interested.
I'll tell you what I don't like. I had a dragon fruit once because I was like, it was so appealing looking in Asda. It's like, whoa, look at that. It looks like an animal from a coral reef. And it was like flavourless. Really disappointing.
What's the one that, was it Benjamin Richardson brought it in? Durian.
Yeah. It stunk. Everybody tried it. And he said, to be fair to him, he was like, it's going to stink. It's going to taste awful. Enjoy. It's the experience. And like everyone in the office was just grossed out by it. And nobody.
To be fair, other people used to bring like fish into the office. So.
Oh yeah, I've been guilty in the past of bringing in like a soup that is too vegetable-y for its own good, and then it kind of leaves that like gassy, farty broccoli smell in the microwave, and I'm trying to like use my jacket to like waft it away before Sitch like sort of walks past me and sees it.
So yeah, backlash.
Oh yeah.
Très bien, obviously.
Yeah. Where did fruit chat come from?
I fell over in the banana skin on the podcast.
Yeah.
The
big like fake hats that were made of like plastic fruit.
Oh yeah.
We were in a.
If someone sent us in, would you wear one of them on the podcast?
100%. I'm fascinated by them. We were in like a DIY shop last weekend, and it had one of them pre-made up kitchens. And like I hadn't seen this for years, but I used to love it as a kid, and it turns out I still love it as an adult. Like the fake fruit bowl with the fake. Oh yeah. It looks so. Yeah, you have to go and squeeze one of the grapes. I couldn't. I was just like.
Michael, where have our children gone? I don't know.
Eat one of the plastic grapes in one of the fake toilets, just to see, just to know.
So Bloodline's got a new member.
Face on the door at every MFI.
Do not let this man in.
Oh, he's in one of the beds again.
Yeah, where do you want to start? Cody or Bloodline?
Bloodline, I think.
Yeah. I mean, no one can stop him now, can they? I mean, they've just put Kevin Owens and Randy Orton together.
Yeah.
And that didn't work. They've got a new member.
It's weird, this. It's a bit like with Tama Tonga. There's no harm in growth via numbers, but like Tanglo's no good. But a lot of people said that about Tama Tonga as well, and then Backlash was class.
Yeah.
So like that, and that was like I don't want to just say it was a smoke and mirrors success story. It was a really, really good bit of business. Tama Tonga, like maybe wanted to wrestle and make a point, perhaps, and fair play to him as well. But like he was one of the he was the breakout star from it as he needed to be.
Brain busted through these chairs.
Oh my God.
Oh my God. Like big first night for him. everyone was getting over in Backlash, so it was a good night to debut Tanga Loa. Like, I don't know necessarily if everybody in the crowd knew who he was. Thank you, Michael Cole, for reeling off various dream matches that we'd seen in New Japan with the Guerrillas of Destiny. Big E mentioned him, oddly enough, on the pre-show because CM Punk was like, whoa! And then he was like, that's all right, we can say New Japan now. Things have changed. So I would like sort of imagine tonight, it's not so much about what Tanga Loa can do in matches. It's not so much about like when they're setting up 6-man tags or whatever. It's more about them just looking bigger and physically more dominant because of the numbers. And Paul Heyman looking even more outnumbered because Solo Sikoa has made yet another decision that Heyman obviously had no clue about. This is what we get to enjoy now and what we get to sort of see play out. 3, last time I checked, is more than 2. So they get to be even more dominant. The SmackDown GM, can't remember his name, has been trying to like kind of cut this new bloodline off the past. They don't become as dominant as the last one did. That's why we had his interjection at Backlash about, I'm not going to let you just turn this into chaos. We'll make it no DQ. Let Owens and Orton do what they need to do. And it wasn't enough. They still won. They still used their new method of violence to get the results and get what they want. So I'm going to let it play out. The post-match pictures of them did not look terribly fearsome. It still took a little bit of... It's going to take a bit of getting used to every time they add members to them, have them not feel like the NWOB team. It just is. Like, the Bloodline were around and dominant for that long. Roman Reigns is Roman Reigns. I think it'll just take a while for them to feel fearsome, but so far, so good. So I think I'm willing to extend patience to this. And like, Tama's got his singles match tonight.
Yes.
So they can actually have it play into the King of the Ring and have it play into the stories. I was trying to piece the tournament together in the brackets. I'm increasingly starting to think Tama Tonga might make the final.
Ooh.
Like, can you really justify beating him unless you have the perfect out or you have the perfect sort of setting for him to have his first loss? I know undefeated streaks become almost anchors around people's necks at times. Solo Sikoa experienced this, didn't he, like last year? But I just think the way they're set up at the moment, they can't really afford to just lose straight out the gate.
I think it's Gunther making the Raw side of things final.
He's winning.
Winning the whole thing,
winning,
yeah. I think, and this is interesting because it's Tama's side of the bracket, I think LA Knight might be, because you need a baby face.
Yeah.
Orton, well, I suppose Orton could do it as well.
Well, because I was thinking, so...
Orton Gunther would be class, actually.
I was wondering if Tama makes it to the semis and then it's like a bloodline. LA Knight or Randy Orton would both be good, actually, because it would be a bloodline decimation and Tama ends up getting DQ'd or something because they've kicked too much ass. But it's like, it's a plopper. Yes, it's finally not me this week. That's what it is. Got it on the brain and in the ass. Speed 3.
Okay. I think, because annoyingly, actually that's the wrong thing to say. I would have loved to have seen Tama versus Bobby Lashley, but Angelo Dawkins has been brilliant in recent months.
Yeah, we should say that was a message put out by the SmackDown GM. Can't remember his name.
Yeah.
Bobby Lashley's injured.
Yeah.
So he's thrown it out to the Pride. Angelo Dawkins has stepped in. And
it's an easy 3-on-3 match for King of the Ring, that, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, I wondered if there's... I'm assuming it's... why not believe that it's all just true? I guess it could just be for real. I wonder if there's been a booking change or a bit of politics being played from Lashley to protect that for the 6-man.
Yeah.
Because I did think Tam was going to win. I thought, that's a big victory there.
The idea at every PLA, the Bloodline just adds a new member to win the match for them.
Just keeps going. I don't.
Jacob Fatu's not far away. That's why they're making Solo. That's what we reported in the news earlier on this week. That's why they're making him just this monster, because they're worried Fatu's going to come along and everyone's going to be like, who else this guy?
Well, and I do wonder if Tanga Loa is going to have that effect for Solo Sikoa. Do you know what I mean? I think like they'll sort of, he's, I would say the least, how can I be nice about this? I just think he's got the least fire of all of them in like the big beatdown situations or the big matches or whatever. Jacob Fatu has got the most. So he'll come in and I think, he will steal focus pretty quickly. As Solo did, to be fair, when they initially booked him as that. It was only when he started wrestling a bit more and he started losing a bit that he was normalised. Initially, he was this big threat, wasn't he?
Yeah.
So they can kind of redo that all over again. But yeah, I could see that King of the Ring 6-man. I quite like that. That's as much as we've tried to like manifest something better for the Last Street Kids, it's not really taken, has it?
No.
So they can be put up to lose. The Street Profits are on sort of unofficial losing streak story anyway. So the idea that they go for the bloodline in order to try and reassert a bit of dominance in their careers and on SmackDown is a decent storyline reason for them to have this match at King of the Ring.
And we talked previously, subsequent to that, about how WWE apparently have gone, cool, yeah, so Cody, Rock, Roman further down the road. In the interim,
Yeah.
Bobby Lashley, heel Bobby Lashley again.
Yeah.
I know
if and when they lose again.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, Cody and Lashley would be great, actually.
Be unbelievable, that.
The Street Profits, I don't think are ever going to turn because every time they've been teased, like a split, let alone one, let alone both turning heel, the fans have rejected it so profoundly. That it's
do
just
not like this.
We'll give it 6 more months and we'll try again.
In the interim, who's next for Cody Rhodes? And Bayley, I should add into this mix as well.
Bayley, so it's interesting here that we'll do Bayley first because I think I would rather play a game with Cody because I'll be WWE and say, I don't know, and see if we can pull out from either the SmackDown roster or the Legends archive of wrestlers maybe. The Bayley one, I think it's notable that Bianca and Jade are both in singles matches for the King of the Ring despite winning the tag belts because I wonder if they might go to Bianca and Bayley next. If you saw so they had all the stuff in the run-up to WrestleMania where she just wouldn't forgive Bayley's actions while she was in Damage Control. And then they were sort of, we're on the same team on the SmackDown Friends episode last week. There was still a little bit of needle between them. So I wonder if they might try and have Bayley earn Bianca's respect when she beats her, possibly. Have them have a singles title program and have Bianca, for the first time, have Bianca say that she's willing to take on both roles. And I don't know, that can be the start of the Jade split where look, even when we were champions, you were always more interested in your own singles gains. I needed this title reign to get myself going in WWE and you were still focused and obsessed with Bayley. You could actually fold one into another if you were trying to get to, because you think Jade and Bianca could be SummerSlam, don't you?
Yes.
If they're looking at SummerSlam for that, a short tag run that is not broken up necessarily, but is impacted by Bianca's obsession to win the singles title back. That's your story beat for Jade.
She's obviously involved in Queen of the Ring as well, Bianca. You could arguably have a semi-final with Bianca versus Jade Cargill. I mean, not the way I'm booking it. I'm booking Nia Jax to win the whole goddamn thing.
Right.
But, that's the difficulty, Anna. Because there's a version of events where there are neither Bayley or Cody in world title action. We've got 4 matches already on that card. 2 finals, obviously, King and Queen of the Ring.
I think
Becky versus Liv and Sammy versus Chad versus Bronson Reed.
Yeah, Cody's on the poster, I think.
Cody's on the poster.
Whatever that's worth.
As is Logan Paul.
And I just cannot see him not... he's the guy that makes towns, isn't he?
Yeah.
I cannot see them doing a show in this as part of this ugly ongoing agreement that wouldn't feature Cody, the guy that likes to turn up and do the thing. I just... Again, maybe a TV program's perfect in that respect. Maybe another AJ Styles type program as part of establishing Cody as the guy that will fight everybody and anybody and continue to just keep fighting to defend this title while they... I think they'll prep somebody in the background for SummerSlam. I think that'll be massive. But I think at the moment...
Logan?
Yeah, possibly. I think they're testing Cody's mettle as a guy that can get others over, can get these programs over. And then AJ Styles is proof positive that he can do it, I think. So
yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if they potentially did that again. He rocks up tonight and does the what do you want to talk about? And where am I, man? He rocks up tonight at SmackDown and does the...
What do you guys want to talk about?
Exactly like that.
D'Lo Brown.
Yeah, and D'Lo Brown answers. So there we go. We don't even do the game. So it's D'Lo Brown and Cody Rhodes, King of the Ring. And I could see Nia Jax winning because I think if you rush to her and Bayley now, Bayley has to win. And yet again, you sort of have a situation where somebody's coming over to SmackDown from a draft and has just lost all their sort of steam straight away.
You could have Nia Jax run through all of Bayley's mates.
In the brackets?
Yeah. She could have Bianca in the semis. Quarterfinals will be Jade or Piper. Quarterfinals will be Jade Cargill.
Yeah.
So she could destroy Naomi tonight.
Mm-hmm. I think that will happen. I think she'll beat Naomi.
And yeah, just Gunther and Nia Jax winning King and Queen of the Ring.
I
don't know whether or not you automatically put them into a title picture because I don't want Gunther to... I suppose it'd be Gunther versus Priest, wouldn't it? It wouldn't be Gunther versus
Yeah, he's
Cody.
got a world title to consider, isn't he? Like, if we're getting title shots, and that seemed to be what Gunther was suggesting, great for Gunther because he can pick and choose if he wants it in Berlin, or he could, like, Raw will benefit from Gunther.
Oh, yeah, I suppose you could say I'm going to hold on to this until... Yeah.
Nia, on the other hand, could call a shot for SummerSlam, but more importantly, while Gunther's probably going to look at the sort of regalia of the King of the Ring and just go, I know, thanks, and just walk past it. Nia's going to love it. So, like, Nia's going to get the crown, the cape, the whole deal, the scepter, the lot, and then just as she's about to announce herself, woo, da, 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 and there's only one queen, and it's me. And they do Charlotte Flair versus Nia Jax, Queen versus Queen, as a bit of a thing to delay the baby.
I like that. And they decide, actually...
I don't know she's recovered yet, but...
Actually, we're a good team. And then you have Charlotte and Nia as a tag team versus Jade and Bianca.
Oh, I'm into that.
Can you imagine that?
The Queens of Wrestling. We've had the Kings of Wrestling before. Let's have the Queens. Charlotte and Nia is a great team.
We bought a baby, I'm on a roll.
Both in crowns and robes and that.
Anyway, I think I found the team that I want to take the tag titles off Jade and Bianca.
And then in NXT, the Riz gets a partner. And they get called up together, and you can do the Royal Family versus the Family.
Bianca Belair versus Candice LeRae.
Nicholas is shaking his head.
Yeah, he's not happy. Oh,
yeah.
Bianca Belair versus Candice LeRae. What's going on with Candice?
I don't know. She's losing.
Sound a bit like Indy Hartwell. What the bloody hell's going on with Candice?
So did I sound like Indy Hartwell? I don't know. She's losing here. That's what's going on tonight. Heel for hire Candice LeRae, unfortunately. There's no push in sight, I don't think. She's still better, fundamentally better as a babyface, but they buried her and Indy Hartwell 6 foot deep on Raw for months and months and months that nobody took her seriously. So she's now stuck doing a better job as a heel rather than doing a naturally better job as a babyface. Maybe, I think as a heel, she would make a great foil for Bayley. But even as a fantasy book, I'm fantasy booking her to lose. So it's a lot of dead ends for Candice LeRae, and here's another one. She's not advancing in the Queen of the Ring, is she?
No. Bianca has to go far in this tournament. I would like the potential, at least, of they both win their first round matches, and you go, you're both 1 win away from Jade Cargill versus Bianca Belair. How's that going to work? And you have the first signs of I'm
not going to lay up on you. Yeah. And then it gets stopped.
And Nia Jax kills everybody.
Yeah, bulldozes through.
But yeah, the thing is, I always have faith/hope that they'll just give Bianca and Candice a lot of time, because if they get that, then they could put on an absolute ripper. But it feels like a relatively straightforward win for Bianca Belair. You could almost even have Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill already start competing with each other. I won my match in 4 minutes and 23 seconds or whatever.
I like that. Like the Royal Rumble press slam spot, where they're sort of it's not beating them, it's how you did it. This is how dominant we are.
Because Jade Cargill and Piper Niven's going to be loads of fun too.
You know what you could have? So Bianca Belair beats Candice LeRae tonight, but then after the match, Indy Hartwell attacks, and you're also setting up your tag team title program.
Oh, yeah.
Indy and Candice getting a title shot somehow. Candice loses here, and that ultimately is the start of the setup, but then they actually win some matches in order to get a shot. Fresh start, all that kind of thing. They're all together on SmackDown. They got drafted together, right?
Who?
Indy Hartwell and Candice LeRae.
As far as I'm aware.
Yeah, I just wonder if it's one of them strange things where somebody forgot about Indy Hartwell or something. But if they're still a tag team, they could actually win some matches for a change and have the excuse to win them because they're being lined up as
they were drafted together.
Yeah, number 1 contenders then.
Ahead of Final Testament.
Wow. That's just good business from the GMs.
I don't want them. We mentioned, so you think Tama beats Angelo Dawkins via shenanigans here?
Maybe not even by shenanigans. Maybe just beats him and the Bloodline attack afterwards, and that's what kicks off the Last Street Kids match. I do like that. I like that as a 6-man.
Yeah.
It's a good pitch. And they could either win clean or... we're going to say it's a lot now, aren't we? Or that's the setup for the Jacob Fatu debut. We're going to say that until it happens.
Yes.
So any given week, any given big Bloodline match, pretty sure it's the Jacob Fatu week. It's despite...
Oh, my God. Sorry to interrupt.
Sorry.
You know the infamous... I always reference it because it's one of my few things that I'm fully aware of when it comes to Jacob Fatu. The infamous... The fan who's Hey, you just walk past this barrier.
Good.
Trucked by Jacob Fatu. What if Dawkins trucks, Tama, and he's like, still got it, and then he gets trucked by Fatu?
Yes, like the all-time Braun Strowman spot, but done it. I thought he was just going to say like a fan is planted and gets out of line, and that's how Jacob Fatu did it.
Obviously.
Just like barge him out of the way. Like Brock Lesnar guy, sort of like, what's going to be my new online identity? And he's just getting trucked by Jacob Fatu. He's like, just enjoying the show.
I'll take it. And one of the other matches for King of the Ring is Randy Orton versus AJ Styles. AJ coming off the back of that brilliant match with Cody at Backlash.
Yeah.
Il est vraiment phénoménal. La, la, la. So good.
It's better than this is going to be. It's Randy Orton versus AJ Styles. I mean, yes, it's great that they basically both look like the Road Warriors at this point. It might as well be Hawk versus Animal.
We've seen this at Mania, haven't we?
Well, of a fashion, I literally couldn't. That's how I got those free Survivor Series tickets. I went for me trademark AJ Styles WrestleMania piss, came back and was completely blinded by the lights, complaining in an email, got free tickets for a night. 2 nights, actually, because I got tickets for the Survivor Series and I got tickets for a Newcastle house show.
Oh,
and
nice.
What happened at that house show, Adam Wilbourn?
What was that?
Was
that the one?
That was the one.
Was that our one?
That was the one. Tell the viewers, tell the listeners.
So the three of us went to a Newcastle WWE live show. And
Thank you, Bright WrestleMania Lights.
Yes, and we've been looking up the cards that they've been doing in Birmingham and things like that.
It's like a list of wrestlers, and we'd sort of worked out by process of elimination who was going to be left.
See if I can find the card. WWE Live Newcastle. What year was that?
2019.
2019, okay.
Yeah. We'd been there for 2018 the year before because it was the return of Daniel Bryan against The Miz.
Oh, yeah.
Have you got the card up?
Yes, I think so. Is that the right one? Yeah, the 3-on-3 at the end, right? Because there's that one. And we'd seen that, hadn't we? I think this is the right one. Yeah, that seems about right in date-wise.
11th of May. Oh! Remember the 11th of May, almost exactly 5 years ago to the day.
Oh, yeah.
Ah.
That's when I had because I had my foot in a moon boot, if you remember.
Pierced my foot on a spike.
I broke my toe playing football.
Playing football. He fell on a banana skin.
On the ground. And all we'd seen in the previous live shows was Mojo Rawley facing Titus O'Neil.
Yes. So Mojo's music hit, didn't it?
And I'm there going, get ready, boys, here it comes. And then Apollo, I can't remember what Apollo's music was back then. Was it Apollo?
I think it was Apollo, just to really scream it in your face.
What the hell's that? Love Apollo Crews, but...
Wasn't he you'd ordered, was it?
No.
Where's my Titus O'Neil?
We got him later. He
we had to talk Wilbourn back into the building, and he did actually work the show later on in the night, so all's well that ended well, but...
I didn't realise that was because of...
Yeah.
AJ
so they,
Randy.
Hang
on, wait a second. I'm going to reappraise my opinion of WrestleMania 35 Randy Orton versus AJ Styles.
Hey. You all right?
I spent the summer thinking I'd made out like a bandit because it was like, whoa, free tickets to the Survivor Series. Now all I have to do is pay for flights and accommodation for a week in Chicago. Thanks, WWE. It's like money in my pocket.
I'm going to see if I can find the
Did go to War Games, though.
We got... Am I right in thinking we got really drunk at that show?
We did. Well, drunkish.
Well, there's photos on my phone that say otherwise.
I got drunker at shows in 2019. But no, Nicholas didn't,
yeah, you were being good, weren't you?
There is a picture of us that I'm sure if we can find, we can share. That is one perfect shot, isn't it? Remember we were on the... Yeah.
That was what I was trying to find, yeah. I was like, look, there's fireworks. We've never seen them before.
Take a picture, quick.
Yeah, I'll just search. Oh. There it is. I've got my Titus Worldwide t-shirt on. I don't think you'll be able to pick this up somehow. The Titus Worldwide.
Well,
God, yeah, that was...
Brian, if you can Photoshop a extremely sad-faced Adam Wilbourn, any situation you like, maybe Dick and Dom, maybe at Dick and Dom's Da Bungalow looking sad, in the replies, Wilbourn or I will drop that picture. Because it's an earnestly very nice picture that your wife took of the three of us having had a lovely night at the wrestling.
There's a big grass gorilla for some reason on the quayside.
Is this some rugby or something? It was like, oh, look, they're keeping the quayside cultural. Here's some animals, but they're made of grass.
This is part of your ongoing hatred of it's the quayside seaside. Bring your kids along.
Oh God, we live near the coast in the northeast. We're blessed with the North Sea. Ever heard of it? Like,
genuinely had no idea how close Newcastle was to the seaside, by the way, until I moved here.
Apparently, nor do the residents of Newcastle, because they spent Saturday afternoons rather than going off to Whitley Bay, rather than going off to Roker, Seaburn, beautiful Seaham.
Oh, beautiful.
2023 Gold Medal Award, Northeast Coastal Region. Says so on the planter at the train station I get on every day. No, they went to some manufactured sand pit. They brought the beach to us, didn't they? Sandpit in Newcastle, and looked at a display that I would walk past every day that said, swim against the tide / go with the flow. Which is it, modern art? Tell me what to do with your big letters.
Describe what's happening in this picture.
Right, I'm looking. You won't be able to see this, I don't think. It is as Wilbourn described. There you go then. It is as Wilbourn described. I am stood bewildered as Wilbourn gets a pose.
Throws up gang signs.
Gang signs. With in a moon boot with a gorilla made of a hedge. What's that supposed to represent? I don't know.
What a night.
What a great night. God.
Who do you think wins out of Styles and
That was
Orton?
my first, but that was when I invented big coats.
Sorry?
I got my first big coat in 2019. I was unfamiliar with big coat. Like, I just believe that, like, you know how, like I've definitely said this on podcasts before. I believed that puberty and adolescence was a construct. You could choose to have it or not.
Right.
It's just like, I hear these stories about people like, shut up, mom and dad.
Oh, yeah.
And just like being bastards and all this sort of stuff. It didn't occur to me.
Oh.
Like, I was like, if my mom and dad said, oh, don't do that, I was like, you know what? All right, I'll not do that. There's wrestling and crisps in that other room, so I'm going to go there, thanks. Like, and it worked.
Yeah.
Right? I made it out to, left home at 18, like, and so far so good. And I just thought, I think people are making this up. This hormonal imbalance or whatever it is that turns you into a Raji Bat. I don't believe in it. Well, also, I still have this a little bit. Like, I sometimes don't believe that people are ill. It's sort of like you're making a choice. You're not. Like, since having kids, I've become ill all the time. Mm-hmm. Those that were listening to us in 2019. I don't believe people are real. Those that were listening in 2019 when I was staying up to watch NXT and Dynamite Live will remember that I was patient zero for COVID. Sorry, everybody. My bad. And yeah, another element of that was I believe that body temperature was kind of just something you made a choice about. Just tell your brain to get
Internal
warm.
thermostat.
Kind of.
Brilliant.
Like, I always grew up in relatively cold climes of like first North Yorkshire and then the Northeast. So it's never that warm. Always by the coast. It's like, so well, if you're cold, just don't be cold.
Think warmer thoughts.
Think warmer thoughts, right? You know why this is? It's because I'm like, warm-blooded isn't the phrase, but like I'll get hot quite quickly. Like, I tend not to need big jackets unless it's really, really cold.
Well, I'd hope you're warm-blooded.
Well,
Sitting out in the sunshine like a f***ing lizard every morning until we have to go to work.
I was also in set 3 in science, so I can't even understand the logistics of that reference. I just didn't
Pop Hamflett's head on a lizard. There we go.
I just thought, like, you could get a big coat, or you could just be warmer. Honestly, I did.
That money could be spent on Christmas.
And I think it was Uniclus. I remember saying to you, like, I think I found the next great innovation, mate. So what's that? It's like big warm coats in winter. What? Write this down. It's a game changer.
Who wins out of? So the winner of this. I think this is the one where it's like TB. Oh no. The winner of AJ Styles versus Randy Orton faces the winner of Baron Corbin versus Mello, which is not advertised for tonight's show.
Oh, Lordy Lord, aren't we the winner? I'll go with, out of that, Mello's beating Corbin.
Yeah.
Because then he's off to Raw. Postman Pierce has done some post-draft trades. And and I'll say Mello versus Styles. Randy Orton sells the impact of the match with the Bloodline. He's
Good, yeah.
got injuries.
Stars can't really lose straight out the gate post pay-per-view.
No, he knows how close he came to winning the title.
And Randy Orton's turning pretty soon, in my opinion.
Just to go back to Cody as well, Styles has good motivation to want to win this King of the Ring because he probably thinks with one more shot he could beat him. Came this close in France and he's like, right, well, I guess I'll win the King of the Ring then and I'll beat you next time or something. And Styles and Melo is sort of brilliant matchmaking, isn't it? Because they're looking for these matches that are going to make Melo feel huge. The Baron Corbin match is a house show one, if I'm not mistaken.
I would assume so, because it's not, as with LA Knight versus Santos Escobar, then it's not on WWE.com's preview for this show.
So you're going to hear about him winning and think, oh, he's picking up wins on the road, and then you're going to see the AJ Styles match as this evidence of SmackDown having the next great big star or something. So yeah, I think Orton can believably sell the impact of what happened at Backlash, and you think he's turning heel?
Eventually, because you're going to need to do Cody versus Orton if you need another title challenger.
True, yeah.
That'd be a good, I don't know, off the top of my head, Money in the Bank match.
I saw like an engagement account graphic for like WrestleMania 41 is going to be double goated. I mean, it was correct.
Oh, I did see this actually.
The text itself didn't need the picture. It's correct. It's going to be double
Text,
goated.
what did I say to you? It could be Big Show and Kane, and I think it was one of the greatest shows of all time.
Yeah, I can't wait. We'll see you there, of course.
Yeah.
And it had Roman and Rock. Like basically all the side by side sort of established this year. Roman and Rock, Jade and Bianca.
Yeah, I've said about SummerSlam, but I'd be happy for them to hold that off till Mania for me.
Gunther and Ilya. And
Usos, was it?
Was it the Usos? Some sort of bloodline adjacent thing, I think. And Cody and Randy. Exactly. And I was like, SummerSlam, pal, at best.
Yeah.
Like, look, I get it. Legacy.
Yes, SummerSlam. I said Money in the Bank. I should have said SummerSlam because they're holding off on Rock. Roman probably.
No, because I think Logan Paul is a serious contender for, because it's in Cleveland. So
especially if he wins Money in the Bank, calls his shot.
I got a different idea for Money in the Bank, but we'll
Sami
say
Zayn?
We'll say that for another day.
Okay.
Or an article perhaps coming next week to whatculture.com/WWE, unless I miss my deadline and I'm out.
One final thing to do then, and that's pick who could be next for Cody Rhodes at King of the Ring.
It's time to play the game! Time to play the game! Ha 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 ha!
Who next for Cody Rhodes? I have the SmackDown roster page open in front of me, but I also have an alumni page because...
A what page?
An alumni page. A banana.
From way downtown.
Because they just go sometimes, put a legend on the Saudi show.
It's like sort of pick a legend. It's like, you're not going to believe this, Cody. Oh, I knew Dusty. Well, right.
So how do you want to do this?
Let's say I'll go SmackDown first. If I twist, you jump to alumni. If I twist again, you go back to SmackDown. You into that?
Yeah.
All right. SmackDown first, then. Stop.
Pick a number between 1 and 5.
I'll take 5.
Kevin Owens.
Ooh.
A good match down the line, but he's babyface right now.
He is. I'll twist.
Okay.
Jump to the alumni.
On the alumni page. I'm scrolling through.
Jumping over the crocodile's mouths there, aren't we?
The skip does not count if I just say no.
Okay, yeah. Stop.
Pick a number between 1 and 8.
6.
Road Dogg.
The Road Dogg versus the Code Dog. Code, dog. Smells like up dog. I'm going to twist. Get away from that ugly mess.
I'm going to give you another go at the
thanks.
alumni page because after we'll get one more from SmackDown and then we'll switch to the alumni page because there's a limited pool open in front of me here.
Okay. Stop.
Pick a number between 1 and 6.
1.
Randy Orton. I'll just close that one down. Instead, I'm back on the alumni page.
So now we're stuck. This is Pro Evo rules.
Yeah.
This is it. We're booking it. Cody Rhodes will defend. Are we saying for King of the Ring?
For King of the Ring,
Feud starts tonight.
you're hearing it first.
So Cody Rhodes is going to open the show, say to the crowd in Wilkes-Barre, Pennsylvania,
You got one talk,
and then he's going to get interrupted by the following wrestler who's got a prior relationship with Dusty Rhodes to set up their match in Saudi Arabia, and that is stop 3.
They're all announcers. And this one, it definitely won't be, so I'm just going to move on past it.
Stop 3.
Don't think it's going to work King Kong Bundy. It's in Saudi Arabia, so I'll keep going.
Stop 3.
I will say, if you'd have said number 1 here, people would have been so shocked about Cody Rhodes' opponent that they said, that's who's facing Cody Rhodes in Saudi Arabia. No way, Jose. No, wait, Jose. No, I loved him.
He was great.
But it's Papa Shango.
Oh, yeah. I'm into that. Can we get there? Hang on. So would you think he would? That's brilliant, actually, because he could place a curse on Cody. Cody could have like the sort of the black goo oozing from his head.
Great.
Richard Stiller, he'd love that. The goo shop's been just about to close. They had a very fertile couple of years there for a bit, but it's like they're bringing Papa Shango back. Darling, the kids are going to college. And then he can, I don't know, do like Godfather stuff, like hypnotizing with the ladies.
Yes. I knew your Papa. And one of the Pussycat Dolls is there, and he goes, Nicole, continue the French theme. See, people think we just throw it together. It's all scripted.
That's
you
it,
can't
yeah.
see the teleprompter underneath.
Yeah. Like with WWE wrestlers, really, the trick is to make it look as if it's not scripted, even if it definitely is, and every word is pre-planned.
So you heard it here first. Papa Shango versus Cody Rhodes at King of the Ring. Awesome. Let us know your thoughts ahead of SmackDown tonight and what your favourite fruit is, either in the comment section below or on X at What Culture WWE.
What's your take on big coats?
Are they
real or fake news?
You can follow both of us. You can follow Michael Hamflett at
Michael Hamflett.
Follow me at Adam Wilbourn. Follow our brilliant producer who puts up with all this at It's Adam Nicholas. And join us 3 p.m. today on the What Culture Wrestling channel for It's Always Sunny at What Culture, live from Philadelphia, the full show. And Wrestle Culture just before that at 2 o'clock, of course. And we'll be back on Monday to review Papa Shango challenging Cody Rhodes, I suppose. But for now, this has been the SmackDown preview. My thanks to Michael Hamflett. Thank you for joining us, and we will see you soon.